We're pleased to be joined by our good friend Michele Siekerka, President and Chief Executive Officer of New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Good to see you, Michele.
Same here, Steve.
I see you have two reports in front of you.
I
and
do.
What would they actually be representing?
So right here we have the State of Innovation, which is Governor Murphy's plan to rebuild the innovation economy in the state of New Jersey.
So I've heard.
Very good stuff in here. In fact, you know, the vision of NJBIA is to reclaim our stature as the innovation state. It hangs on our walls in our building.
Yep, I've seen it.
Wake up every day passionate about that, right? So there's really good stuff in here about a pathway to get there. However, we need this plan along with it.
That plan is?
This is Senate President Sweeney's Path to Progress. And what this plan does is this talks about fixing structural deficiencies in the state of New Jersey.
What's a fancy way of saying what?
Well, our pension's broken, our property taxes are too high, and we don't invest the right way in infrastructure.
Other than that, how are we doing?
Well,
So hold on, go back. So our public employee pension cost too high?
yes, you know, it's broken right now.
But I thought we fixed it in 2011.
Not enough.
I thought Governor Christie at the time, Senate President Sweeney, and others got together and we said, we're going to fix the pension health care crisis.
They got together and they started down a path. The problem is that path wasn't wide enough or long enough. And we all know that we need more because, unfortunately, there are people depending on that money, and we made a promise on that money, and we need to ensure in some way that money is there. But we need to stop making the same mistake by continuing down the same path of that pension system, because we just can't afford that type of a pension system any longer.
What about the property tax issue you raised?
Yeah, they're too high. We're
How's
number
that a
one
business
in
issue?
Because we, the business community, we pay most of that. You know, we are the majority of the property tax payer across the state of New Jersey. People don't realize that. You know, all those companies that you go in, all those businesses, those buildings, our members own them. You know, so they pay property tax on that. Number one in the nation, highest property tax in the nation.
What's the corporate business tax cleanup? Cleanup what?
So let's talk about corporate business tax. You know, we have a new budget now since July 1 in the state of New Jersey. That budget put new burden on New Jersey's businesses. It increased the corporate business tax. So this is tax on the revenues that corporations, the work that they do in the state of New Jersey. We're now taxing their products, their services, et cetera. We have a corporate business tax, that's fine. However, now we increase that to be almost the highest in the nation. Okay?
How does that hurt our ability? Because I know Governor Murphy, we're also talking to folks that choose New Jersey, they're trying to attract and retain businesses, and you're talking about a corporate. How to explain that connection?
Well, exactly, and that's why I say these two things need to work together. We can have ideas on how to grow jobs and grow economy. It's not sustainable if we don't fix what's broken. So we can't tax our way out of our economic crisis in the state of New Jersey right now. It's too expensive. We lack regional competitiveness, and we have an affordability factor going on in the state of New Jersey. What do I mean by that? I'm willing to pay a premium for good services in the state of New Jersey. We got excellent K-12 education system in the state of New Jersey. Excellent. We always come in the top 5 in the nation, right? We pay a premium for that. Number 1 property taxes in the nation, we pay for that, okay? But what we're doing now on that is we're seeing those students exported out of the state of New Jersey. We're number 1 in out-migration.
You mean the brain drain?
Yes, the brain drain, right? So we're not creating jobs there because those students are leaving.
Are they coming back after they graduate from college?
No, you know, we're actually trying to look closer at that now. But, you know, studies would tell you that wherever a student goes away for their post-secondary education experience is where they settle on their roots. Oftentimes it's where they meet their significant other, their closest friends in life. They get that first job experience. So if they're doing that outside the state of New Jersey, they're not coming back. But the challenge for them, if they do come back, is they can't afford to live here because we're also number 1 in the nation of millennials that live at home with their parents. That screams lack of affordability, okay? So we can try to create new jobs, but if we don't make New Jersey more affordable for the people to fill those jobs, fix those structural deficiencies here,
we're not going to win. Politics of this, not easy. To what degree do you think that Governor Murphy and his team and Senate President Sweeney and his team are having a discussion that sounds like the discussion you're trying to create right now?
The fact that these two plans are out there now provides them the opportunity to have that discussion.
There's a pathway.
There's a pathway. There's a pathway. And they both want it. They know it's the right thing to do. And I'm a glass half full girl. I'm always high on New Jersey, you know. I think that if we can take the right combination of these plans and get these leaders to focus on some priorities here, we're going to hit a home run.
Stay on this, on the spending side for a second. What I'm curious about is the willingness, because we had Senator Paul Sarlo, the chair of the Senate Appropriations Budget Committee, and Senator Sarlo, who was part of the discussion with the team that Senate President Sweeney put together to look at state expenditures, talked about the consolidation of services in municipal government, which is if that were to take place, then in a lot of cases, property taxes would be reduced. Is that a priority in your mind?
It's one of them. You know, it's absolutely a tool in the chest.
Is the pension and health care issue of public employees, in your mind, a higher priority?
Three.
Go ahead.
We have three structural deficiencies. We got to fix the pension and how we fund it. We got to take care of property tax, and we got to get wise investment in infrastructure in the state of New Jersey.
Whoa, why? You're talking about just spending more money in infrastructure.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying that we, a few years ago, increased our gas tax.
Yes,
okay?
we did.
We then went to the polls to lock it up in a safe box.
Nobody's supposed to touch it except for transportation projects.
Yeah, but guess what? No one's touching it at all. The money's sitting there. We don't have it out on the street, Steve. Okay?
Because?
Because we have, our planning is not quite there yet. Okay? We need to get that money out on the street. We've locked up that money. We need to start investing that money and getting that money out on the street.
Real quick question before I let go. In order to fund some of this, say someone were to say, as Governor Murphy said the last time around, we need to raise taxes. We had this conversation with you about 50 times so far. Do it again. Raise taxes on wealthier New Jerseyans to get more revenue into the state. You say?
No. We fought against a millionaire's tax. We got a $5 millionaire's tax.
More than $5 million you pay more in income tax,
Yes,
but not more
which-
than $1 million.
Yeah, but Steve, it hurts small business.
Governor Murphy wanted $1 million.
Yes, he did. And we brought the data to the table that showed a millionaire's tax is a tax on New Jersey small business. S-corps, LLCs,
They're
family-run
people,
business.
not a business.
No, S-corps and LLCs are people who run a business through their personal income tax return. When they generate revenue for their company, they report it through their personal income. That's who you're talking about when you talk about millionaire's tax, New Jersey small business.
Before I let you go, were you afraid of losing them? 10 seconds left. We're going to lose those people more and more.
We're losing them every day.
Michele Siekerka, provocative, interesting, important. Thanks, Michele.
Thanks, Steve.
Check you out next time, folks.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, St. Peter's University, the North Ward Center, New Jersey Resources, Summit Medical Group, and by Adler Aphasia Center. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.